Look up Sharia law. That's what they preach for. Right, but how is that any better or worse than Christian nationalism that we have here in the United States? And you say that they're flourishing in London, but London is more than 40% Christian. That is the biggest demographic of religious people in London, followed by no religion at all. Islam is in third place at 15%. You see, more times than not, Christians tend to freak out when they see any other religion around that's not their own. I'll give you an example. I used to live in a town here in Texas called Plano, and recently there has been a large influx of Indian people moving to Plano. And along with that, guess what started to pop up? More Indian restaurants and grocery stores. So how do you think the local population started to react to that? Them Indians are trying to do a hostile takeover of the state of Texas, and they're trying to make everything smell like curry. Now, while it's true that the Indian population has grown in that area, they are still only 24% of the demographic in Plano, Texas. White people, 56%. Hardly a takeover. Now, let's get back to the whole Sharia law Christian nationalism thing. Both of these religions want their religious law to influence both society and government. They both want things like laws against the LGBT community and mandatory prayers in schools. Both religions want to have very strict gender roles for men and women. And both of them want to be able to discriminate against certain groups based on their religion. But Muslims, like Christians, are not all the same. They have varying levels of what they believe and how they practice it. Sure, there are extremists in both groups, but there are also a lot more of them that are just kind of like, yeah, I'm religious because I was born religious, but I don't practice it as well as I probably should. The thing is there's 2 billion Muslims in the world. And if they were all extremists, none of the rest of us would even exist. The fact that Muslim extremism is kind of rare should show you that the majority of the religion is not all that violent. Now, does that mean that I have a great affinity for the Muslim religion? Oh, hell no. But I don't put the Muslim religion any higher or lower than the Christian religion. They're both bad for the same reasons. Both of these religions that I don't belong to want to tell me how I should live my life. No. If religious people want to live their lives a certain way, great, fine, I'm all for that. But the second that you want to put those values into my government, I've got a problem with that. Despite what the Christians tell you, this nation was founded to be a secular nation because it was supposed to be open to all religions to come here or no religions to come here. Since the Christians are the majority in this country, they feel like they have some sort of special privileges that they should be able to invoke upon all the rest of us. And that's the problem with them thinking that their God is the only God and that God gets to make all the rules for the entire world. Because their God is made in their image, they think that everything that they want should be the rule of the land. I'm talking about both religions still. So when people see Muslims moving into their area and they get scared, I'm always like, why? They are no better or worse than Christians.